This is a video walkthrough of MetroBible, a Bible reader application for Windows 7. As we open up the application, we see four pivot screens. We have the Old Testament books, New Testament books, the verse of the day, which is retrieved through a web service, the only part of the application actually retrieved by a web service, and we have a settings screen. So let's go through the application from start to finish. Say you want to find a particular verse. So let's go to the most famous verse. We'll go to John 3:16. As we open up John, you see the list of chapters before you here. Click on chapter 3, and then this gets created in a second pivot screen uh, inside or beside the chapters list, so you can go back and forth very easily. And let's go down to chapter 6 or verse 16. And as we select verse 16, we'll look down here at the application menu here, and we see four application menu buttons. We have share, which I'll discuss in a few minutes, previous, which will take you to the previous chapter, next will take you obviously to the next chapter, search, that should say search book, which will search content within this book that you're currently in. And then we have the menu items. Pin John 3:16 to your start screen. We can increase the font, decrease the font, and change between themes. So let's pin John 3:16 to the start screen. And as you see, it gets its own tile, of course. And in a few seconds, it'll flip over and show you the first few words of that said verse. So there it is. Alright, now you can also pin a whole chapter to your start screen. So let's say we want to pin Luke chapter 3 to our start screen. We can say pin Luke 3. And what happens when we go back into that? It goes right back to that screen we were just at. Right, we'll back out and go back into the main application. Like I said, that is just a shortcut. It just takes you to a navigation of the certain page. It doesn't able to navigate the whole app, which is kind of the point. Very fast to bring up without having to dig in through all these menus. So let's say we wanted to pin the whole book of Genesis to our start screen. We have that option too, and that'll just take you to the list view of the chapters within Genesis. So let's open up John 3:16 again, and I'll show you what happens there. It highlights it for us. And there we go, and you're able to obviously scroll back and forth, like I said, through the previous and next. Double click there. Alright, and also with this search feature, implemented two different ways to search. You can search within a particular book, which is about what we're going to do here. We'll just put in a simple word here, and we see all the instances of the word day in the book of John. But let's say you want to look through the whole book of the Bible. We also have that option. So let's go back into the main application. And on our main screen, which lists all of our books, we have Search Bible, which this actually does search the Bible. And let's look for the term manna. Searching entire Bible for manna, and these are all of the instances. And this, like I said, this searches the whole Bible, obviously Old through New Testament. And when you click on a particular verse, it'll take you to that context. Well, I thought it would. Go back into it. Probably a bug there. I'll have to work out. Yeah, there we go. And then back, and then you can keep going until you find, if you're looking for a certain context. It's real simple, really useful in searching the whole Bible, wanting to know all the instances of a certain word or where it was first found in the Bible, that's a good option. So let's go look at the settings here that I've included. Font size, which is always a big issue for some people who want to be able to, have better readability on their screen. I've changed. I've let you have the opportunity to change the font size with this slider, and also the theme. So if you wanted a brighter background, um, maybe if you're reading in daylight, this might be easier. Depending on what phone you have, of course, different display technologies allow you to see things differently. So let's give it a font size of 28. We'll stick with the light theme. So let's go into Matthew. Let's read Matthew chapter 5. Alright, then you decide, well, that font size is probably a little bit too big. I've included inline options to decrease the font. So let's bump it down. We were at 28. We'll bump it down 3 to 25. Now, keep in mind that I did do 25, and then you decide, hey, I do like the dark theme better. Much more easier to read. Alright, if you head back and go back to your settings, 25. So it keeps track of your settings globally. No need to get it in and out of the application for it to save your settings. It applies it and then goes about saving it whenever you do hit the back button anywhere, or even when you change it, it automatically saves it. So if you were to back completely out of the application and then back into it, go back to settings, 25, and then we're using the dark theme. And then one future implementation I want to talk to you about is sharing, and which I don't have implemented right now. I haven't been able to test on an actual device as of yet, but it's this share feature, and it'll basically open up your share dialog that you see with all the other options in Windows Phone to share certain statuses to your social networks. This just shows a message box of the certain verse. So if you wanted to share this to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Windows Live, this will be the dialog to go to. So that is the only thing future I have planned for now. In the near future, I do want to have the ability to download and create your own reading plans and have those compiled in one list, so you can go through, check them off as you read them. Have just that text that you want to read. If you want to read through the Bible in the whole year, it'll lay that out for you. That is something I will do somewhere in the near future. I haven't actually sat down and planned that out yet, but sharing is one thing that will be implemented very soon. This is a beta to the application, so I really need beta testers at this moment. I do have the source or the zap file and a link in the description below. If you will see that, if you haven't unlocked Windows Phone and would love to try this out for me, I would greatly appreciate your feedback on it. And also you can contact me on Twitter, which I've included my handle in the description. Alright, this is MetroBible for Windows Phone 7.